The Master shall teach the saints to live according to the book of the community rule, that they may seek God with a whole heart and soul, and do what is good and right before him, as he commanded by the hand of Moses and all his servants the prophets, that they may love all that he has chosen and hate all that he has rejected, that they may abstain from all evil and hold fast to all good, that they may practice truth, righteousness, and justice upon earth, and no longer stubbornly follow a sinful heart and lustful eyes, committing all manner of evil. He shall admit into the covenant of grace all those who have freely devoted themselves to the observance of God's precepts, that they may be joined to the counsel of God, and may live perfectly before him in accordance with all that has been revealed concerning their appointed times, and that they may love all the sons of light, each according to his lot in God's design, and hate all the sons of darkness, each according to his guilt in God's vengeance. All those who freely devote themselves to his truth shall bring all their knowledge, powers, and possessions into the community of God, that they may purify their knowledge in the truth of God's precepts, and order their powers according to his ways of perfection, and all their possessions according to his righteous counsel. They shall not depart from any command of God concerning their times. They shall be neither early nor late for any of their appointed times. They shall stray neither to the right nor to the left of any of his true precepts. All those who embrace the community rule shall enter into the covenant before God to obey all his commandments and not to abandon him during the dominion of Satan because of fear or terror or affliction. On entering the covenant, the priests and Levites shall bless the God of salvation and all his faithfulness, and all those entering the covenant shall say after them, Amen, Amen. Then the priests shall recite the favors of God manifested in his mighty deeds, and shall declare all his merciful grace to Israel, and the Levites shall recite the iniquities of the children of Israel, all their guilty rebellions and sins during the dominion of Satan. And after them, all those entering the covenant shall confess and say, We have strayed, we have disobeyed, we and our fathers before us have sinned and done wickedly in walking counter to the precepts of truth and righteousness. And God has judged us and our fathers also, but he has bestowed his bountiful mercy on us from everlasting to everlasting. And the priest shall bless all the men of the lot of God who walk perfectly in all his ways, saying, May he bless you with all good and preserve you from all evil. May he lighten your heart with life-giving wisdom and grant you eternal knowledge. May he raise his merciful face towards you for everlasting bliss. And the Levites shall curse all the men of the lot of Satan, saying, Be cursed because of all your guilty wickedness. May he deliver you up for torture at the hands of the vengeful avengers. May he visit you with destruction by the hand of all the wreakers of revenge. Be cursed without mercy because of the darkness of your deeds. Be damned in the shadowy place of everlasting fire. May God not heed when you call on him, nor pardon you by blotting out your sin. May he raise his angry face towards you for vengeance. May there be no peace for you in the mouth of those who hold fast to the fathers. And after the blessing and the cursing, all those entering the covenant shall say, Amen, Amen. Thus shall they do year by year for as long as the dominion of Satan endures. The priests shall enter first, ranked one after another according to the perfection of their spirit. Then the Levites, and thirdly, all the people one after another in their thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens, that every Israelite may know his place in the community of God according to the everlasting design. No man shall move down from his place, nor move up from his allotted position. For according to the holy design, they shall all of them be in a community of truth and virtuous humility, of loving kindness and good intent one towards the other, and they shall all of them be sons of the everlasting company. No man shall remain in the community of his truth, who refuses to enter the ways of God, so that he may walk in the stubbornness of his heart, for his soul detests the wise teaching of just laws. He shall not be counted among the upright, for he has not confirmed the conversion of his life. His knowledge, powers, and possessions shall not enter the council of the community, for whoever plows the mud of wickedness returns defiled. He shall not be justified by that which his stubborn heart declares lawful, for seeking the ways of light he looks towards darkness. He shall not be reckoned among the perfect. He shall neither be purified by atonement, nor cleansed by purifying waters, nor sanctified by seas and rivers, nor washed clean with any ablution. Unclean, unclean shall he be. For as long as he despises the precepts of God, he shall receive no instruction in the community of his council. For it is through the Spirit of true counsel concerning the ways of man that all his sins shall be expiated, that he may contemplate the light of life. He shall be cleansed from all his sins by the Spirit of holiness, uniting him to his truth, and his iniquity shall be expiated by the Spirit of uprightness and humility. And when his flesh is sprinkled with purifying water and sanctified by cleansing water, it shall be made clean by the humble submission of his soul to all the precepts of God. Let him then order his steps to walk perfectly in all the ways commanded by God concerning the times appointed for him, straying neither to right nor to left, and transgressing none of his words. And he shall be accepted by virtue of pleasing atonement before God, and it shall be to him a covenant of the everlasting community. The Master shall instruct all the sons of light, and shall teach them the nature of all the children of men, according to the kind of spirit which they possess, the signs identifying their works during their lifetime, their visitation for chastisement, and the time of their reward. From the God of knowledge comes all that is and shall be. Before ever they existed, he established their whole design, and when, as ordained for them, they come into being, it is in accord with his glorious design that they fulfill their work. The laws of all things are unchanging in his hand, and he provides them with all their needs. He has created man to govern the world, and has appointed for him 2 spirits in which to walk until the time of his visitation, the spirits of truth and falsehood. Those born of truth spring from a fountain of light, but those born of falsehood spring from a source of darkness. All the children of righteousness are ruled by the Prince of Light and walk in the ways of light. But all the children of falsehood are ruled by the angel of darkness and walk in the ways of darkness. The angel of darkness leads all the children of righteousness astray, and until his end, all their sin, iniquities, wickedness, and all their unlawful deeds are caused by his dominion in accordance with the mysteries of God. Every one of their chastisements and every one of the seasons of their distress shall be brought about by the rule of his persecution, for all his allotted spirits seek the overthrow of the sons of light. But the God of Israel and his angel of truth will succor all the sons of light. For it is he who created the spirits of light and darkness, and founded every action upon them, and established every deed upon their ways. And he loves the one everlastingly, and delights in its works forever. But the counsel of the other he loathes and forever hates its ways. These are their ways in the world for the enlightenment of the heart of man, and that all the paths of true righteousness may be made straight before him, and that fear of the laws of God may be instilled in his heart, a spirit of humility, patience, abundant charity, unending goodness, understanding, and intelligence. a spirit of mighty wisdom which trusts in all the deeds of God and leans on his great loving kindness, a spirit of discernment in every purpose, of zeal for just laws, of holy intent with steadfastness of heart, of great charity towards all the sons of truth, of admirable purity which detests all unclean idols, of humble conduct sprung from an understanding of all things, and of faithful concealment of the mysteries of God. These are the counsels of the Spirit to the sons of truth in this world. And as for the visitation of all who walk in this Spirit, it shall be healing, great peace in a long life, and fruitfulness, together with every everlasting blessing and eternal joy in life without end, a crown of glory and a garment of majesty in unending light. But the ways of the spirit of falsehood are these: greed and slackness in the search for righteousness, wickedness and lies, haughtiness and pride, falseness and deceit, cruelty and abundant evil, ill temper and much folly and brazen insolence, abominable deeds committed in a spirit of lust, and ways of lewdness in the service of uncleanness, a blaspheming tongue, blindness of eye and dullness of ear, stiffness of neck and heaviness of heart, so that man walks in all the ways of darkness and guile. And the visitation of all who walk in this spirit shall be a multitude of plagues by the hand of all the destroying angels, everlasting damnation by the avenging wrath of the fury of God, eternal torment and endless disgrace together with shameful extinction in the fire of the dark regions. The times of all their generations shall be spent in sorrowful mourning and in bitter misery and in calamities of darkness, until they are destroyed without remnant or survivor. The nature of all the children of men is ruled by these two spirits, and during their life all the hosts of men have a portion in their divisions and walk in both their ways. And the whole reward for their deeds shall be, for everlasting ages, according to whether each man's portion in their two divisions is great or small. For God has established the spirits in equal measure until the final age, and has set everlasting hatred between their divisions. Truth abhors the works of falsehood, and falsehood hates all the ways of truth. And their struggle is fierce, for they do not walk together. But in the mysteries of his understanding and in his glorious wisdom, God has ordained an end for falsehood, and at the time of the visitation he will destroy it forever. Then truth, which has wallowed in the ways of wickedness during the dominion of falsehood until the appointed time of judgment, shall arise in the world forever. God will then purify every deed of man with his truth. He will refine for himself the human frame by rooting out all spirit of falsehood from the bounds of his flesh. He will cleanse him of all wicked deeds with the spirit of holiness. Like purifying waters, he will shed upon him the spirit of truth to cleanse him of all abomination and falsehood. And he shall be plunged into the spirit of purification, that he may instruct the upright in the knowledge of the Most High and teach the wisdom of the sons of heaven to the perfect of way. For God has chosen them for an everlasting covenant, and all the glory of Adam shall be theirs. There shall be no more lies, and all the works of falsehood shall be put to shame. Until now, the spirits of truth and falsehood struggle in the hearts of men, and they walk in both wisdom and folly. And this is the rule for the men of the community who have freely pledged themselves to be converted from all evil and to cling to all his commandments according to his will. They shall separate from the congregation of the men of falsehood, and shall unite with respect to the law and possessions under the authority of the sons of Zadok, the priests who keep the covenant, and of the multitude of the men of the community who hold fast to the covenant. Every decision concerning doctrine, property, and justice shall be determined by them. They shall practice truth and humility in common, and justice and uprightness and charity and modesty in all their ways. No man shall walk in the stubbornness of his heart, so that he strays after his heart and eyes and evil inclination. But he shall circumcise in the community the foreskin of evil inclination and of stiffness of neck, that they may lay a foundation of truth for Israel, for the community of the everlasting covenant, They shall atone for all those in Aaron who have freely pledged themselves to holiness, and for those in Israel who have freely pledged themselves to the house of truth, and for those who join them to live in community and to take part in the trial and judgment and condemnation of all those who transgress the precepts. On joining the community, this shall be their code of behavior with respect to all these precepts. Whoever approaches the council of the community shall enter the covenant of God in the presence of all who have freely pledged themselves. He shall undertake by a binding oath to return with all his heart and soul to every commandment of the law of Moses, in accordance with all that has been revealed of it to the sons of Zadok, the keepers of the covenant and seekers of his will, and to the multitude of the men of their covenant, who together have freely pledged themselves to his truth, and to walking in the way of his delight. And he shall undertake by the covenant to separate from all the men of falsehood who walk in the way of wickedness. For they are not reckoned in his covenant. They have neither inquired nor sought after him concerning his laws, that they might know the hidden things in which they have sinfully erred, and matters revealed they have treated with insolence. Therefore wrath shall rise up to condemn, and vengeance shall be executed by the curses of the covenant, and great chastisements of eternal destruction shall be visited on them, leaving no remnant. They shall not enter the water to partake of the pure meal of the saints, for they shall not be cleansed unless they turn from their wickedness. For all who transgress his word are unclean. Likewise, no man shall mix with him with regard to his work or property, lest he be burdened with the guilt of his sin. He shall indeed keep away from him in all things, as it is written, "Keep away from all that is false." Exodus chapter 23, verse 7. No member of the community shall follow them in matters of doctrine and justice, or eat or drink anything of theirs, or take anything from them except for a price. As it is written, "Keep away from the man in whose nostrils is breath, for wherein is he counted?" Isaiah chapter 2, verse 22. For all those not reckoned in his covenant are to be set apart, together with all that is theirs. None of the saints shall lean upon works of vanity, for they are all vanity who know not his covenant, and he will blot from the earth all them that despise his word. All their deeds are defilement before him, and all their possessions unclean. But when a man enters the covenant to walk according to all these precepts that he may join the holy congregation, they shall examine his spirit in community with respect to his understanding and practice of the law, under the authority of the sons of Aaron, who have freely pledged themselves in the community to restore his covenant, and to heed all the precepts commanded by him, and of the multitude of Israel, who have freely pledged themselves in the community to return to his covenant. They shall inscribe them in the order, one after another, according to their understanding and their deeds, that everyone may obey his companion, the man of lesser rank obeying his superior. And they shall examine their spirit and deeds yearly, so that each man may be advanced in accordance with his understanding and perfection of way, or moved down in accordance with the offenses committed by him. They shall rebuke one another in truth, humility, and charity. Let no man address his companion with anger or ill temper or obduracy, or with envy prompted by the spirit of wickedness. Let him not hate him in the wickedness of an uncircumcised heart, but let him rebuke him on the very same day, lest he incur guilt because of him. And furthermore, let no man accuse his companion before the congregation without having first admonished him in the presence of witnesses. These are the ways in which all of them shall walk, each man with his companion, wherever they dwell. The man of lesser rank shall obey the greater in matters of work and money. They shall eat in common, and pray in common, and deliberate in common. Wherever there are 10 men of the council of the community, there shall not lack a priest among them, and they shall all sit before him according to their rank, and shall be asked their counsel in all things in that order. And when the table has been prepared for eating, and the new wine for drinking, the priest shall be the first to stretch out his hand to bless the first fruits of the bread and new wine. And where the 10 are, there shall never lack a man among them. who shall study the law continually, day and night, concerning the right conduct of a man with his companion. And the congregation shall watch in community for a third of every night of the year, to read the book and to study law and to pray together. This is the rule for an assembly of the congregation. Each man shall sit in his place, the priest shall sit first, and the elders second, and all the rest of the people according to their rank. And thus shall they be questioned concerning the law, and concerning any counsel or matter coming before the congregation, each man bringing his knowledge to the council of the community. No man shall interrupt a companion before his speech has ended, nor speak before a man of higher rank. Each man shall speak in his turn. And in an assembly of the congregation, no man shall speak without the consent of the congregation, nor indeed of the guardian of the congregation. Should any man wish to speak to the congregation, yet not be in a position to question the counsel of the community, let him rise to his feet and say, I have something to say to the congregation. If they command him to speak, he shall speak. Every man born of Israel who freely pledges himself to join the council of the community shall be examined by the guardian at the head of the congregation concerning his understanding and his deeds. If he is fitted to the discipline, he shall admit him into the covenant that he may be converted to the truth and depart from all falsehood, and he shall instruct him in all the rules of the community. And later, when he comes to stand before the congregation, they shall all deliberate his case, and according to the decision of the council of the congregation, he shall either enter or depart. After he has entered the council of the community, he shall not touch the pure meal of the congregation until 1 full year is completed, and until he has been examined concerning his spirit and deeds, nor shall his property be mingled with that of the congregation. Then when he has completed 1 year within the community, the congregation shall deliberate his case with regard to his understanding and observance of the law. And if it be his destiny, according to the judgment of the priests and the multitude of the men of their covenant, to enter the company of the community, his property and earnings shall be handed over to the bursar of the congregation, who shall register it to his account, and shall not spend it for the congregation. He shall not touch the drink of the congregation until he has completed a 2nd year among the men of the community. But when the 2nd year has passed, he shall be examined, and if it be his destiny, according to the judgment of the congregation, to enter the community, then he shall be inscribed among his brethren in the order of his rank for the law, and for justice, and for the pure meal. His property shall be mingled, and he shall offer his counsel and judgment to the community. These are the rules by which they shall judge at a community court of inquiry. If one of them has lied deliberately in matters of property, he shall be excluded from the pure meal of the congregation for 1 year, and shall do penance with respect to 1/4 of his food. Whoever has answered his companion with obstinacy, or has addressed him impatiently, going so far as to take no account of the dignity of his fellow by disobeying the order of a brother inscribed before him, he has taken the law into his own hand. Therefore he shall do penance for 1 year and shall be excluded. Whoever has uttered the name of the most venerable being shall be put to death.